Hello there, my soul-scriving companions. I am about to judge which of all the 91 bosses in the Dark Souls series are the 10 hardest ones. In order to do so, I have taken account of how difficult it is to beat each one of them solo for the first time, as well as in the max bonfire intensity by using the three main builds, melee, caster and hybrid. During the process of making this video, however, I concluded there is no actual hardest boss. While some are obviously harder than others, but in the end it all depends on your build, your experience, on how fast you realize what you are doing wrong and adjust your strategy, and which of the three Dark Souls games you first played. But now, without further ado, behold the results. In 10th place, the Zeus would be Shaggy Nameless King, executioner of many players who fail to dodge his delayed attacks. Camera issues can make the fight harder. Nevertheless, knowing when to dodge his charges may leave that lightning bolt solves all the difficulties, because his openings and that proud slow walk of his will turn any player into a Kingslayer. In 9th place, the Icy Freeline scourges of so many players who foolishly ventured too deep into the frozen outskirts, Lud and Zalin, the king's pets. This plight of a fight comes down to how much time you will spend fighting both of them, as their moves are the same ones as Ava. Facing one at a time is not that hard, but as soon as Zalin enters the fight, you'd better beat Lud as fast as you can. If you make it, you still have to cope with Zalin's rage, which grants it HP regeneration, defense and attack boosts. On top of that all, your weapon's durability will deplete quickly, as your patience will if you keep losing, because having to find your way back to the arena is far harder than the bosses per se. Then vetted to Guru brothers, Lorien and Lothric, whose fraternal bond still hampers plenty of players who seek to get all Lord Cinders. The fight starts off with Lorien, the elder brother, stepping forth to crush you. He's fragile, so he won't stand many hard hits. However, he teleports very often and may take you off guard. This advantage of his can be easily nullified though. The real fight begins when Lothric, the younger brother, resurrects Lorien and stays on his back. Now you have to face the same Lorien while Lothric safely shoots magic projectiles at you. To end this madness, fell Lorien as many times as necessary and put an end to Lothric's dogged life. Only then he will cease to make Lorien rise again and the battle will at last be over. Beat you way better than a Chandra summoner queen, Elena, headswoman of numerous players who could not withstand wave after wave of her summoned minions. Ranking this boss is very tricky due to random number generation, the infamous RNG, which determines whether nasty tiny pigs, a trio of skeletons or a downgraded version of Velstadt will be summoned. There is no limit to how many times they can be called forth. For example, Velstadt may be called as many times as RNG permits. Moreover, she'll summon more minions independently of any remaining ones. Therefore, brace yourselves. Minions apart, never lose sight of Elena, as you are her target and she'll sure make you remember that by firing dark orbs, striking you whenever you're near her and inconspicuously teleport behind you to, finish you off. To sum up, she has the potential to be incredibly hard if Velstadt comes up melee more than once, just hard in case only skeletons appear, or somewhat hard in the improbable occasion in which only tiny swine show up. Be extremely aggressive and you shall prevail, eventually. In 6th place, the Dark Flame Cometary Caesar freed, death for innumerable players who could not deal with her inhuman agility. There are a total of 3 phases in this fight. In the first one you get to know her, dance with her, play hide and seek and then show her your thing. In the second phase you get to know her father, a critical moment in anyone's life indeed. If you survive the supper time you get to define the relationship, and it is in this last stage where she reveals her true powers. dark pyromancy skills, more icy waves, new invisibility combinations, restless and quick side attacks, even fatal grabs. Fortunately, she is easily staggered and can be backstabbed as well. It is about time you broke up with her. Seriously. In fifth place, the big Red Riding Hood slave Nightingale, whose insatiable soul's appetite made him kill a myriad of unaware players. Wolves are his dessert, and you his meal. He has a health pool almost as large as Midir, and erratic attacks to entertain you. The vastness of the arena in which you face him helps to ease your burdens, as you can take advantage of its topography to avoid some attacks and even stall. A courageous player will not find it hard to stagger him at first, but in his second phase things get intense, as he unleashes the full power of his red hood. He attacks more often and diversely. Should you persevere, he'll try to overwhelm you with the most epic atmosphere in all of the Dark Souls series. An exciting blend of music, lightning show, and dramatic fighting. Calm yourself and see through said dark spectacle. The openings are still there. Give a happy ending to this film of a fight. In fourth place, the Blue Gas Kuka Monster, Blue's Melted Demon, the enhanced version of a boss we all fear. Countless players melted away before its extreme heat. Luckily, it is not that fast, although an inattentive soul can easily get hit by one of its sword swings, particularly the delayed ones. And besides, staying close to the monster oven will drain HP. Plus, if one is not aggressive enough, it will further increase its inner heat, taking this fight to solar levels of temperature. So be super aggressive and read its moves carefully. You will not want to take the path which leads to its arena more than once. Sadly, due to such a boss, you'll take it many times. So switch off the stove monster while you can, now! In third place, the Eyeless Godzilla Dragon, Dark Eater Midir, the most intimidating boss of all. Enormous size and health pool, very active, highly resistant. Its body absorbs damage as a sponge absorbs water. Its weak spot is its head. Attack it whenever you get the chance and brace yourself to dodge its attacks, which has pulverized legions of players throughout the years. Claw attacks, dashing bites, rage charges, fire breathing, laser beams, and so on. A happy player can avoid all of them just to die a sad death in the next one. The final part of the fight is both desperate and reassuring. Withstand its dark attacks and be prepared to smite the dragon's head when it finishes firing the hyper beam. Follow in St. George's footsteps and become yourself a dragon slayer. In second place, Taika no Samurai. Sir alone has slashed millions of players unprepared for a Sakura boss fight long before the creation of such a game. Roll you fool! Sir alone will not wait very much to perform his signature move, the tracking katana lunge. Always roll to your right. He takes different stances and acts differently depending on what one he adopts. He can parry you, drain your energy to buff his sword, crash you from above, and even cast dark waves out of his wings. To lessen everything, he is fast. If you are not master at dodging yet, you'll become it by the time you beat him. Circle him counterclockwise and dodge to your right. Choose wisely the proper time to heal buff your weapon and stuff, as a single mistake can jeopardize your progress, and a double one will surely end the fight. So, hone your blade in the whetstone of perseverance and give Sir Alone an honorable death. In first place, the community's all-time favorite hardest boss, the Punisher, Fume Knight, who has annihilated billions of careless players throughout the years. His first phase is quite simple and yet dangerous. He dual wields an ultra greatsword and a straight sword and performs simple attack combinations with the latter, erratically performing one extra swing melee with the former. Sometimes he just performs a single attack with either of them. It is this very irregularity of his attack combinations that usually catches most players off guard, so stay behind him as much as you can to prevent surprise attacks. If he happens to use his outer greatsword as a shield, simply do nothing until he takes his normal stance again. In his second phase, Fume Knight gets rid of that straight sword and imbues the outer one with Dark Flame. Now he has new moves for you. Expansion of his outer greatsword, circling Dark Flame orbs, new surprise attacks, increase hitbox. The uncertainty about possible attack chance is still there, so are the opponents. If you didn't destroy the idols around the arena before entering it, they will start healing him, making a very hard fight into an extremely hard one. There's a way to prevent him from entering the fearful second phase. I wonder how many players resort to that to win the fight. Anyway, do not give up. Beat the Fume Knight in his prime. You can do it. That is all. I must bid you farewell, my soul-craving companions, and do not forget to praise the sun at least one more time.